The autumn.
What's up, everyone? This is another episode of Raiders World. I'm back, Mrradillo here, with my number one bro, Theodore Radillo, my boy. And we are going to talk about the Raiders depth chart. Get into that, talk about some Raider news, stuff that's happened since I've gone. I'm going to try to record this, see if we can. We might not be able to. May not be able to. But let's go ahead and try this. Let's start with the depth chart. So let me throw this up here. And we're going to go to there. Let's make myself a little bit bigger. Bam. Okay. Here we go. So we have, as QB starting, we have Kirk Cousins. We have Fernando Mendoza starting in the second spot. We expected that to happen. No surprise there. Aiden O'Connell, third. And then we got Jacob Clark in the fourth position. For running backs, wait, before we move on, let's go back to QBs. I'm not mad at them waiting for Fernando Mendoza to be ready to start. People can talk junk. The talking heads can all talk junk. But I think playing this slow, is a good option. What do you think, Theodore? Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I agree with you. I agree. So I'm cool with letting him, and when he's ready, that's when he starts. When he's better than Kirk Cousins, that's when he starts. Kirk Cousins has a lot of experience. Right now, we haven't even got a full game. I'm curious to see how preseason will be, because we have our first game against the Arizona Cardinals on Thursday. Sucky part is I won't be able to watch that full game because I work late. So I'll probably get to watch half of it or watch it on the road back home. But super pumped for it. If not, I'm going to watch it afterwards and watch the replay, and then I'll dive back into it. He loves my hat. He likes just taking it off. For running backs, we got Ashton Jeanty as a starter. We got Mike Washington Jr. as our number 2. Dylan Labe as our number 3. And then we got Dare Ogun Ball. I butchered that name. Sorry, Dare. In our 4th-string running back role. For our wide receivers. Oh, wait. This is not. I don't think this is the most updated one. There was one on X that I took a picture of. Let me see. X.cop. Yeah, we're going there. I'm not signed in. Let's see if we can sign in real quick. Oh, don't steal my information. Don't steal my information. Okay, we're back. Oh, Clint Kubiak said starters will play in the Raiders preseason game. Curious if that's a drive. I'm curious how that will get. And he said Fernando Mendoza is getting plenty of experience. I want to watch that press conference. Let's go Las Vegas Raiders, because they probably posted it on theirs. Or was that? Yep, the 2026 first unofficial depth chart of 2026. Okay, so this is weird how they have this all set up. Okay, so QB, we still have Kirk Cousins, Fernando Mendoza, Aiden O'Connell, Jacob Clark. Running back, we still have Ashton Jeanty, Mike Washington, Dylan Labe. Oh, we got Roman Hembe. When was this? As of August 10th, so that was yesterday. Wow, I thought Roman Hembe got cut. Anyways. Okay, so a wide receiver, and the reason I wanted to go with this, because we have Jalen Naylor as the wide receiver 1. Oh, tell me. You tell me. Who's starting? Okay, all right. We have... our wide receiver 1 is Jalen Naylor. And then we have Jack Betch, and then Malik Benson. We got Trey Tucker and Derek Young. We had Devin Tompkins. So Malik Benson has been tearing it up. So I think we should... Is this the most exact one? August 10th? You want to take him? You don't have to. I think he's fine. Yeah, you don't have to take him. Unless he's ready to go. He wants you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's not ruining it. He's awesome. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Okay, so back to wide receivers. We got Jalen Naylor in the wide receiver 1. I'm curious how this is set up. I think, okay, so we have Jalen Naylor. Behind him, we have Dante Thornton Jr. I've heard he hasn't been showing up very much. We got Shedrick Jackson, and we got Chase Roberts. Jack Betch is currently is number 2. We got Malik Benson, Devin Tompkins, E.J. Williams. Malik Benson's getting a lot of burn with the 1s and 2s, I've heard, just from reports that have been out there. Trey Tucker, Derek Young, Philip Dorsett the third, and then Brandon Johnson. We have on our left tackle, we have Colton Miller. Behind him, Charles Grant, Isaiah Jada. Then we have left guard. We have Spencer Burford. That's actually a surprise for me. Caleb Rogers and Justin Pickett. Spencer Burford is. It looks like he's trying to lock up that at the current moment that left guard position. Tyler Linderbaum, Jordan Meredith, Will Putnam. Right guard Jackson Powers Johnson for now. And then we have Antonio Maffey, Nicholas Henning, DJ Glaze, and Trey Zune, Dalton Wagner. Okay. And then we have right tackle DJ Glaze, Trey Zune, Dalton Wagner. Trey Zune at the right tackle, and I've heard he's been getting some center snaps as well. Tight end, we got our MVP, or not actually, he hasn't won an official MVP, but we got Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, Ian Thomas, and Albert Okuwuba. Yeah, Albert. We got Albert in the fourth spot. And then we got fullback Connor Hayward and Patrick Gerd. Okay. For defense, we have Max Crosby. I'm assuming this is on the left end there. Malcolm Kuntz, Jafari Harvey, and Patrick Johnson. Then we got Tonka Hemingway. It looks like he's slated as a starting D tackle, and Adam Butler. Jonah Laulu, JJ Pegues, Gary Smith the third, Thomas Booker. But apparently Tonka's been acting like a Tonka truck. You know what I'm saying? He's been acting legit. And we got Thomas Booker the fourth, Benito Jones, and Brandon Cleveland. And then we got Traven May. So this is the first one. I'm not sure how this is how it would probably be in the preseason game. On the other side, we got Kwity Paye, Keon Crawford, Breon Jackson, and Sion Sloan. And then we have for our linebackers, Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker starting. And then with the rotation of Tommy Eichenberg, Cody Lindbergh, Segun Alube, Cameron McGrone, Buddy Johnson, Xavier Story Jr. Cornerbacks are starting. We got Eric Stokes, Darren Porter, Taron Johnson. And for backups, we have Cameron Richardson, Hezekiah Massis, Greedy Vance, Jamad McCoy, Chigozie Anusim, Caleb Offord, and then Devin Parks. I've heard Jamar McCoy is actually doing well with his rehab. That was the big thing with him, that like people, it was a risk because they weren't sure if that knee was going to heal up and if it was going to be helpful for his future career or if it was going to end early. But he's apparently tearing it up as well as Hezekiah Massis. I've been hearing a lot of burn out of these guys. So that's I'm fairly like excited about that. I always love defense a little bit more than offense, although offense is super exciting. Then we got free safety Isaiah Palomau, Traden Stukes, and Tristan McCullum. We got Jeremy Chin, Dalton Johnson, and then Devin Lafayette. Punter, we obviously got AJ Cole. Kicker, we have a battle with Matt Gay and Kanesu Matsuza. I don't know how to say that name, but they call him the Tokyo Toe. He's kind of had a lot more hype. He's a undrafted free agent, but I think Matt Gay, I've heard, has been more consistent. So we'll see how that plays out. We got long snapper Alex Ward, Tyler Dozaneski, kick returner Trey Tucker, Dylan Labe, punt returner Trey Tucker, and Jermod McCoy. Okay, they're giving him some burn on special teams as well, Jermod. There's been some interesting news out there. I think it was on Saturday, Max Crosby and Kirk Cousins got into a fight, or that might have been Friday. Kind of got a little scuffle, then they couldn't practice the next day, which was, I believe, was Saturday. So Fernando Mendoza got a lot more burn with the ones. But I kind of just like Clint Kubiak. I like his style. I like that he's a no-nonsense type of guy. I've wanted that in a coach. And I like that. We're not going to put up with it. We're not going to be all wishy-washy. If we're professionals. He had the quote of no turds. He has no turds in here. It's just all professionals ready to go. I'm pumped. I'm pumped about this game on Thursday. I'm really like mad that I don't get to watch it live, but I'll get to watch that replay, and I'm just pumped about just seeing football again. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm okay with Fernando Mendoza not being the starter. Like I've said, I know there's people that are really into like forcing him out there, but I think the problem is the NFL has a developmental QB problem, and I think it's because we're not patient with the young guys enough. Like we have a bunch of QBs from the last couple of drafts that just aren't doing anything. And I'm not meaning like Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and uh, what's the other guy's name? Mac. It's not Mac Jones. No, that's another guy. What's his name? QB guy. QB for the Patriots. What's that kid's name? Oh, dude, I'm going blank. QB for the Patriots. Drake May. That kid. Yeah, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about like JJ McCarthy. Looks like he just lost his job to Kyler Murray. Um, I'm not sure necessarily about Penix for Atlanta. Anthony Richardson is basically gone, and they're all fairly young QBs that are gone from that specific draft as well. But yeah, I'm pumped about the football. I'm pumped about this depth chart. I don't see I'm curious to see. I want to see more. I just said I want to see like 5 times. I want to actually see them play before I make more definitive statements. So I want to have like a review after that first game, after the first preseason game, when we see a lot more of the rookies, and apparently we're going to see the starters too. So that's kind of exciting. I'm excited to see how it looks. It'll probably be a very vanilla offense, probably a very vanilla defense. We're trying to see them play and see how they fit and things of that nature. I think Clint Kubiak is bringing us in the right direction. I have a lot of optimism for this team. I think we're going to be a lot more competitive than people think. I think we're going to take a step up, but I don't think the roster's fully there. I think our roster is improved, but I think we still need a couple more drafts before we're super competitive and vying for a playoff spot. Could be next year. Could be. You never know. It depends on how much Fernando Mendoza plays. If he wins that starting job early, I think we actually could be a lot more competitive. I don't know if I have as much faith in Kirk Cousins as from a competitive standpoint, but could surprise me. Looking from Atlanta, like he was coming off an injury, so maybe that was still lingering this last season, and maybe he's fully healthy and he's ready to go and he's going to ball out because he has balled out in the past. We've seen him have MVP-like seasons. That's why he keeps getting the bag. So I'm never going to rule out Kirk Cousins. Obviously, he's made his money in the league, and I don't think we should be like forcing Fernando Mendoza unless he's actually ready and he is QB1, right? Because you want him to have the respect of the locker room. You want him to earn that job. And it sounds like he's approaching it the right way. Nothing is given. It's all earned in the NFL. And it seems like that's the approach he's going for. I'm curious about this Max Crosby, Kirk Cousins like spat. I haven't like really fully like dove into what it was going about, or they haven't really let, at least from what I'm seeing, a lot of details. But I just think like I like that Kirk Cousins is back in the face of Max Crosby, like automatically coming at him because QB is the most important and powerful position on the field. So if he's gonna come at a leader and like bark at each other, I like that. I'm into competitiveness. I'm in for these guys to come at each other, but within reason, right? We don't want them to throw fists or end up in jail or anything like that. But I like a dog. You know what I mean? I like the bark. I like the bite too. You know what I mean? Don't be coming up in my face, or we're gonna have a problem. You know what I mean? I want that mean green machine attitude when we're talking about the Raiders. We have a mystique. We are the silver and black. We shouldn't be punks ever, and we shouldn't take it up after the play, or we shouldn't be dirty, right? But I want people to. I want nightmares. I want nightmares, guys. I'm stupid. But let's look at some of these stories out here. I kind of wanted to see what kind of news we have besides that depth chart. I guess that's the biggest thing is the Raiders are to play starters Thursday against Arizona. I'm curious how many snaps that'll be. Will it be like one series and then the starters get pulled? But they said we're also going to see a lot of Fernando Mendoza. So I am pumped to see this kid in the silver and black. And we may start, like, it may pop off to QB controversy right after the start. I'm curious. They're actually having a practice right now at Allegiant Stadium tonight. That's on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I think they start to travel. I think it's in Arizona. That's where they play. So it's not too far. So they'll probably just leave the night before. Or maybe they'll leave the day of, honestly. I'm not sure how they'll approach that. Got to figure out how I'm going to watch this game here. Yeah, but there hasn't been much news besides what we kind of talked about with Max Crosby fighting, things of that nature. Fernando Mendoza's looked good. He's obviously had some rookie struggles still. Some passes. He's learning. And we know that. We knew that. He's the number 1 draft pick. He is the future. So I'm cool with patience. Like, we're in a rebuild. I'm not expecting us to make the playoffs. But if we did, dude, I'd be so hyped. And I don't know, this rebuild would start off right? Anyways, that's kind of my spiel. I'm curious. I'm ready to talk about the game after Thursday. I may have to do that on Saturday because I may have to rewatch it on Friday or when I get home from work on Thursday. But yeah, what do you guys think? What's any surprises on the depth chart? Who are you looking to think come out or surprise us? I'm curious to see how Jack Betch responds. I haven't heard much of him. We've heard more about Malik Benson than we have Jack Betch. We haven't heard anything from Dante Thornton. It seems like that guy is a no-show. It doesn't seem like he can separate. But yeah, that's basically kind of my thoughts. Ashton Genty, I think, is going to have a legit season this season. And I think his running back, Mike Washington Jr., he literally looks like a Darren McFadden. And I'm pumped. See you later. This is another episode of Mr. Raiders World. See you later.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along.